Mick Fowler, thanks a lot. You take your time to join us here at the IMS. First of all, you can tell us what is your spirit, what is the fascinating thing you can search in the mountains?
The reason that I go climbing, well, for me, I think it's become a way of life, in as much as I've made so many good friends through mountaineering, not just in the UK, but throughout the world, both through going climbing and meeting people there, and also now increasingly through events such as IMS. So that's one side of things, that it's a wonderful social scene. It has been for me. But the other thing for me, I think, is it has broadened my understanding completely of the world, really. Mountaineering has taken me to parts of the world which I would never, ever otherwise have gone to. And that, for me, has become, I suppose, my overriding interest and hobby, if you like to call it that. So I've always loved the mountaineering. And by choosing mountaineering objectives in remote and rarely visited places, it's just given me so many experiences which I would not otherwise have had.
Okay, you are famous as an on-site climber searching for new routes at peaks 6,000 or 7,000 meters, not the 8,000. What is the fascinating thing to make a new route on a totally unknown peak somewhere in the world?
Yeah, that's what I'm attracted to. I mean, my criteria for where I go climbing really are, firstly, I like to look for a spectacular, eye-catching line on a mountain. I think the mountain doesn't have to be unclimbed, but the line itself has to be unclimbed. And then I'll be looking to see exactly where the mountain is. I much prefer a mountain which will be in a part of the world which I've not climbed in before or not been to before. And then if the mountain happens to be in an area where no mountaineers have ever been active there before, then that's fantastic. That's my ultimate objective. And I think one of my most memorable meetings in previous years, in recent years, has been when Paul Ramsden and I met the headman of a valley in East Tibet, and he said to us that he had never seen white-skinned people before, except on his television, on his satellite television, which was a fantastic experience.
Is that also a big thing for you, the human side of mountaineering, to learn other cultures, other people? Is that a big thing for you?
It is very much so. I think when I originally started mountaineering, I was interested, I was a young lad, just interested in the technical difficulty of the climb. But increasingly, as the years have gone by, I realised that the climbing is much the same above the Bergschrund, wherever you are in the world, but the people are different, and that's what makes the trips different. And so, yes, it has led me to be more and more interested in the people in the areas that I climb in, and obviously also still interested in the climbing. But yes, the people are a very big part of it.
Okay, today's theme here at the IMS was the high altitude rescue. I don't know, did you follow the discussions, or what do you think of this theme, high altitude rescues by helicopter?
I didn't follow the discussions, I must admit. I took part in my other activity, which was fell running today, and I went for a run in the hills around Brixen, Bressanone. What do I think about high altitude rescue? I would like to have gone to the conference today. I should have gone, but I think things have changed in that 20 years ago, when I first started climbing in the greater ranges, nobody would ever have anticipated that there would be a rescue. If you had a problem, then that was your responsibility to extricate yourself in some way. Nowadays, of course, because rescues are feasible up to certain altitudes, there becomes more of an expectation amongst people that they will be rescued. And of course, now with lots of teams carrying satellite phones, it's possible for them to make a phone call from the dangerous position that they happen to be in and request a rescue. And I can see that that opens the door to an awful lot of rather difficult issues. And I'm not quite sure what the answer is, but I do see that if people have paid insurance premiums to insure themselves against rescue, then there becomes an expectation that there will be an attempted rescue if need be. But how far that should go and how much money should be spent on it, and exactly how such things should be conducted, I can see becomes a very difficult issue. Clarity is the real key to it, although normally I'm the sort of person who says, well, it will all sort itself out eventually. But I think maybe in terms of mountain rescue, one needs to be very clear about exactly what you are insuring yourself against in your insurance policy and what will happen if something does go wrong and you summons a rescue.
Okay, I think we can talk 4 hours about this thing, but one last question. We are here at the IMS in Brixen. It's the first time here, I think. Yes. How do you like it, and what were your expectations before you come here? Did you wanted to meet anybody special, or what were your thoughts?
Well, I love coming to events like this, where there are so many well-known mountaineers who have done inspirational climbs. So it's great to come here and meet everyone. For the IMS in particular, it seems to be a fantastically organised and fantastically well-organised festival, and I think that really pays dividends. So it's great to see so much enthusiasm amongst the people organising the festival and the number of people who are here. I think there were 8,500 people last year on the first festival, which is just mind-bogglingly impressive for a first festival, and it certainly seems to be going very well this year. So I think it seems to be a fantastically successful festival. I think real credit is due to the people behind it and all the organising that's been going on.
Okay, Mick, thanks a lot for your time, and have a wonderful evening here at the IMS, and I hope you have fun.
Okay, I'm sure I will. Okay.